I have a project to do that calls for me to drill a hole 8.5 inches deep into a piece of stock. So I'm wondering, okay, what is the best way to do that? So I did a little research, and the consensus seemed to be tilt the table of the drill press 90 degrees. So got out the owner's manual and checked out how to tilt the table. Here we go. Underneath the table is the support bracket that holds the table, and in that are a large nut and a small nut. The small nut is on what is called a locating pin, and it's in a hole that keeps the table at a factory preset location, which is perpendicular to or 90 degrees to the drill chuck. We're going to take that pin out, and the way to do that is by not loosening but tightening the nut so that it pulls the pin out of the hole. Then we loosen the big nut and we're able to turn the support bracket. We want to set it parallel to the drill chuck. Unfortunately, there's no factory preset for this position. Of course, a level only works if the drill chuck is level too. I'm not impressed. There's way too much trouble getting it into this position and then back to normal again. I want a jig that I can slap up there at a moment's notice. We'll glue these guys up and let it dry, and then we'll run them across the jointer to make sure we have a really smooth, even surface. This piece that runs crossways to the others is what we will clamp our drilling stock to, so we want to be very accurate about making it 90 degrees. We get one screw in place and let the piece pivot around that until we get our angle exactly right. Then we set the other screws. I'm going to glue a strip of fine grit sandpaper here to help hold the stock in place while we're drilling it. This spray glue can go two different ways. If you spray one surface and let it set a few seconds, then it'll be temporary. You can use it to hold something in place and then pull them apart later. If you spray both surfaces and let it sit for about a minute, then it's going to be permanent. Okay, it's time to see what we've got here. Notice the length of the bit I'm using. I had to go get a bit like that in order to be able to drill 8.5 inches deep. This is better than tilting the table, but it's still not going to be easy. The drill bit has to come up out of the hole periodically to get rid of its waste, and as we go deeper it becomes harder to do that. Just raising the chuck isn't enough. We have to lower the table, get rid of the waste, and then raise the table back up again. Arr! Ship ahoy, matey! Well, I haven't gotten out the calipers and compared it down to the millimeters yet, but by golly, it looks pretty darn straight through there, don't you think? So this has just been a trial run, experimenting with a couple of different ways to do it, making mistakes, finding out what works and what doesn't, and getting a feel for it. And so now that I've got the jig built, I'll be able to start on the actual project that led to this. That's coming up in a video soon. So be sure and subscribe so you can get notification of the new videos as they come out. If you'd like to have a drill bit like that, check out our website, woodtoolsworkshop.com. We've got links on there for that. There's a link for the spray glue that you saw me use and for other items in the video as well. I'm Fred, and this is woodtoolsworkshop.com.